What's up, everyone, and welcome to the 61st episode of the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society. Jeremy Johnson, Jim Range, and Craig Nasello tonight. How are we all doing out there? How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
I mean, we've had a few pours tonight already.
Maybe one or two.
Yeah, maybe one or two.
We might have tried a few different pours. We might have done a few comparisons.
It has to be done,
Might have pulled some out of the
I'm
archives.
choking down fucking rye.
It's purely for science. Purely for science.
Weird Science?
Weird Science.
You've never seen that movie
I
either.
haven't. I've never seen Weird Science. Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
God.
kind of dorky
What?
and funny.
He's not seen Weird Science. He's not seen
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He's not seen Howard the Duck.
No.
Like, the
haven't.
conversations we have behind
Sure.
the scenes
How
before
the
we
fuck
go
do you date
live
him?
is not right.
Porn doesn't count.
Oh my God, no. You really went there. That's awesome. Okay, anyway,
I
ladies
would
and
say
gentlemen.
gay
all
porn,
right.
but whatever.
Tonight, we are talking rye whiskeys for our Sip, Sink, and Save. We have a great one tonight for our Is It Worth It? But of course, as first as always, we make a drink. And tonight, I'm going to make one that, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't like it.
It's nasty as fuck.
It really was.
I can do one.
But the
Beyond that,
funny
that's
thing
it.
was is I got this request. And I was like, I'm sad for whoever requested this. I don't remember.
See,
but
now, here's what I'm going to say, though. Before you make it,
tell me about it.
I think the liquor it's normally made with is going to bring a very different profile. It's going to impact it differently, so you're not going to get the same
All right.
taste you've got.
Okay.
Would you like to
Where's
do it
the
that
scotch? If we're gonna do this, then let's do it.
way? That's
All
the
right.
closest one I've got. I've probably got more, but let's go with that.
It's a scotch. It'll work. All right. So tonight we are doing a Rusty Nail. This was the big drink of the Rat Pack, Dean Martin and all of those guys. And somebody actually asked me about it because they wanted to know something to do with Drambuie, and that's the best one that I could come up with. And I don't even know what Craig said, but
I
evidently
didn't
it was
say
amazing.
anything. It just
All right.
tickled me for some reason.
Well, you know.
I'm not touching
Sometimes
that
you need to
one.
be tickled. All right, we're going to start off with an 1.5 ounces of Drambuie. We're going to follow that. So Drambuie is, if you like black licorice, it's probably pretty good. But it's super sweet. It's super thick. It's kind of a honey black licorice scotch. So that's kind of where it all comes from. Then you take an 1.5 ounces of scotch. You're going to drink this, right? Oh, yeah, let's send this one over to
Send it
Matt.
on to Matt. I'll take a sip of it.
An 1.5 ounces of scotch. And we are going with the Glenlivet 18-year. Wow, you broke out the good stuff over here. All right, if we're going to throw it, let's throw it. There we go.
If you're going to flop it.
Got to do it on the
it.
table. All right, we're going to give that a stir. God, this doesn't even smell good. It smells kind of like
Black licorice
wet Band-Aids.
and two hobos fucking.
If I was going to go away with it, yeah, that'd be pretty close
So-
to it. So
I'm going there, but not to make fun of Jeremy. As a whiskey steward, have you ever heard a flavor profile where you look at something and taste it, and it's the label you give is iodine?
yeah.
I heard that for the first time this weekend. I was like, holy shit, I never heard that before. You get a different look than you had before. Is it
That's
up or
pretty
down?
good.
See?
God bless it. Okay.
Did that change it that
So it's
much?
better with scotch.
Yes, Craig. For real, there's no black
I hope
licorice,
nobody
too.
has COVID.
No one's got COVID.
Or
COVID
herpes-
doesn't exist.
herpes
Remember that,
encephalitis.
kids.
See?
COVID isn't real.
That's a lot better than what we
It
had
really
earlier.
is. Okay.
Like a lot better. Like it's pretty decent. I would probably
Problem
try this
solver.
now.
All right.
Problem solver.
Look
Problem
at
fucking
Jim Range
causer.
stepping up, taking care of business. Okay, so the Rusty Nail tonight, equal parts, however you want it, Glenlivet and Drambuie, or any type of scotch. That is our cocktail for tonight. Check out, of course, all of our cocktails on our You like that,
Look at
don't
Matt.
Yeah, Matt's even like,
Matt's back there.
but it
I
smells
don't-
like Band-Aids.
I don't do
Yeah.
scotch.
I don't either, at
You know?
all.
I don't scotch.
At all. No.
But it's,
I drink
mean,
too much
it's,
of it Saturday night.
it's,
it's
fair.
not bad.
It's
No, it
not-
was all Islay. It was all peated.
Like
Oh
I
my
don't know if
God.
I would go buy a bottle of scotch just to make that drink. but-
yeah, but It's not bad if you got it
No.
laying around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, kudos to the person who threw me that drink idea. So
There you go.
All
Do
right.
the original recipe. The bourbon
Yes.
will come out, and it may have been. I mean, we used what'd you use? Old
I used-
Forester 19.
I use Old Forester 1910 with it, but it is originally it's a Scotch.
It's a
drink.
Scotch drink.
That's how it's supposed to be. So, like I said, Glenlivet equal parts and Drambuie. You've got those there. So, all right.
I thought we were gonna do that cherry. What was it? Cherry Coke.
Oh, the cherry Coke one you
yeah.
said?
Ooh.
That's next.
Okay, we
That's
gotta do
coming
that next
next.
time, 'cause that looked good.
Yeah, that really did look good. So, all right. Moving on though into the world of bourbons, Forbes magazine has put out the 2024 list of the top 3 bourbons for the year, and that was done by the Beverage Testing Institute. By God, could you ever want that job? I mean, literally, that's
I do it for free, so why can't I get paid for it?
100%. That'd be amazing.
Better. I mean, you could either be that or the head distiller somewhere.
Fair, but this you get to taste everything, not
This
just
is
your
true,
own stuff.
This is true.
So,
But instead distiller, I control what I'm putting out.
all right. So, I was surprised. Number one, everything on the list is barrel proof. So everything went hot this year, and we're talking like hot. So the big winner of the year was a Four Roses barrel strength that ended up being a Liquor Warehouse out of Chicago's barrel pick. Was apparently the best
Really?
best
So-
bottle of the year, and you can only get 200 of them.
So we've done a lot of Four Roses. We've
Yes.
actually had Four Roses, barrel pick, barrel proof,
Yes.
sip, stink, and saves before. So they are one of our favorite pours anyway.
It
Even
is-
though they're high proof,
It is a
they're
great pour.
solid, yes.
Yeah, it is a great pour. Number 2 was a Larceny barrel proof. So the scoring was out of 100. The Four Roses came in at 98. Larceny comes in at 97. So even with our talk with
I
Fred,
don't think I've
Minnick,
ever had anything from Larceny that I like.
well, it was funny. Even Fred Minnick, whenever we had talked to him, was talking that the regular Larceny is so hit and miss, but the barrel proof was a different thing. And actually, I think that this made his list too.
Okay.
And
we haven't had the barrel proof, have we?
no, we haven't
Okay.
had. Yes, we did
Yeah, we have.
once. We
We had
actually
the
may have one here.
We've got one somewhere, and
Yeah.
we've got several of the Elijah
But we don't
Craig
have a
barrel proofs.
2024 barrel proof.
No, we don't have a
I don't have
2024.
that
Okay.
And then number 3 coming in at 96 out of 100 was Elijah Craig's barrel proof. I'm impressed that it's all just like, it's not some minor distillery that, puts out 1,000 bottles, and it's something that's all over that they hit was readily available.
But
Right.
what I love with it, if you look at all 4 of them, you got the Four Roses. It's not, you don't have anything that's out on a spectrum that, oh my God, I gotta hunt to find it.
No.
Now, granted, when the Four Roses barrel picks hit the store, or the barrel proofs and that come out, they're gone instantly.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's
They
been
don't
one of
stay
those-
around, and Larceny and Elijah Craig are getting to be the same way, but you can find them still.
You can find all of them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and we have had them. So out of the 3, Craig, which ones do you? I know that you've had a Larceny before.
I've not had a barrel proof.
I got you. So out
barrel
of the
pick or barrel proof Larceny. Excuse me.
yeah,
So I can't really say I like
okay,
or dislike the Larceny,
yeah,
but the Four Roses
always
is one of
good.
my favorites, and
Yeah.
they are always pretty
Yeah.
consistent, no matter
Yeah.
if it's a barrel proof or not. Excuse me.
And that's what happens when you have a few pours beforehand, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Jimmy Range. Out of those 3, do you agree with the list? Number 1.
I can see all 3 of them being there.
Yeah.
I've had the Elijah Craig. Actually, I got a bottle somewhere in the house. Tells you how stupid it is here to find shit.
Yeah.
The A524, and this was the 5B 524, I think.
You just talked a lot of gibberish that nobody knows.
I know, but it's the batch that it's released from is what that.
Batch numbers. There's yeast strains that go
Yeah.
involved in it. I like them all. I think that Four Roses is absolutely
But
one
I'm
of
a
the
huge
show's
fan
favorites.
of the Four Roses.
Yeah. So
And I like Larceny.
I don't mind Larceny. I don't mind Larceny barrel proof. I do not care for regular Larceny. It's a good mixer, and that's about it
Right.
to me. So Elijah Craig never puts out a bad product that I've ever had. So let us know, guys, what you think. If you had any of these, let us know in the comments here, or again, check us out on Spotify. Leave us a comment out there. So, all right, tonight we are moving to the world of ryes, because one of us here really likes ryes. One of us really hates ryes, and one of us could go either way. So it works out pretty well.
I'm not
But this
touching that
tonight,
one.
of course, is... God bless it. Really? Okay. No. So tonight, this is our Sip, Sink, and Save, which will go into the world of rye, and it is, of course, brought to you by Brad Carey at Unrivaled Realty, unrivaledrealty.com. I can't stand both of you. Just terrible, terrible, terrible. No, of course, check it out. Unrivaled Realty. Text or call at 314-378-6939 for all of your real estate needs in Missouri. Check him out. Brad Carey at Unrivaled Realty. So, all right. Jimmy, talk us through the ryes that you picked tonight.
So, honestly, I was looking for something different that we hadn't done in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard finding a mix of bottles to come in that are fairly consistent price-wise and
Easily to find.
easy to find and that with it. So, originally the night started out as the Smoke Wagon, Bottled and Bond Rye, the Willard 4-year, and I had a Rittenhouse, which actually I had to pick up because I was out of it, but I like keeping it in stock because it makes a great Manhattan. And we started talking about it. It's like, price point wise, the Rittenhouse is 26. I think we're 60 to 75, 70 to 80, and then we're a little bit higher on the rye for the Angel's Envy.
It's like $80.
It's a little bit more, but that was a little more in line with it. All three are good,
But
they're
the
very
problem
different.
the problem is Rittenhouse would have killed all of them.
Yeah.
At $26 a bottle, it's a better beer. It's a better rye than all of them.
Although I'd flip the coin because this is so different. There's
It
something
is-
about
it is
this
very
that
different.
this crosses so many borders with people tasting it. If you don't like rye, I'd take a chance that you're going to like an Angel's Envy rye.
I mean, let's find out. Anyway, continue.
So we got a bottle of bond 100 proof. I think we're 124 proof here. Nope, sorry, 114. And I think the E rye, is it at 100? Yep, that's 100. So even though it's not bottle and bond, it's 100 and 100. The difference
not bad.
is the E rye is finished in Caribbean rum cask.
Hand me that.
So you get a little different finish on it than you do getting a straight rye.
All right.
So Jeremy, why don't you go ahead and
Oh,
start?
I'm going to go first. Okay. All right.
Well, I had a mic, so I figured I'd pass it off.
I appreciate that. So, all right, as Craig gets a pour here of the Angel's Envy Rye, I'm going to start first tonight with my sipper, which is going to be the Angel's Envy Rye. It has such a unique flavor. It is a little hot. It has a lot of sweetness. It reminds me of molasses and a lot of molasses to it. The other thing that it does is it brings in just enough age to give it just enough wood flavor to it that it pops. The spicy wryness with the sweetness that plays the molasses, it almost comes off like spice cake to me. A very hot spice cake. But I mean, it definitely has that sweetness to it.
It's really sweet.
It really is.
Like, this is a good after dinner
100%.
drink.
It's
100%.
to me, it's a bourbon equivalent of a port wine almost.
Okay, I could see that. So I'm going to sip the Angel's Envy. I am going to save the Willet Small Batch because it has become a little bit harder to find. It does make a great Manhattan. It really does, especially if you do a little bit of simple syrup in your Manhattans and not just that and vermouth. The Smoke Wagon, even if it is from our buddies over at Smart Distributors, the rye to me falls flat of everything that you want rye to be. It's not overly spicy.
Boring.
It's very boring. And it just doesn't have a good flavor. That's
And this
the
is
best
the
way.
bottle and bond rye.
Yeah,
They've got
it's-
they got a regular rye as well.
So
So I
the-
want to add that in.
Yeah, but I mean, you're looking at 100 proof, so you should be
Yeah.
pulling something from this. So to me, I am going to sip Angel's Envy. I am going to sink the Smoke Wagon, and I am going to save the Willet. Apparently, producer Matt thinks I'm just completely wrong in this one.
So we'll get his input in a minute.
Yeah, all right.
Craig, where are you going?
I'm going actually the same as Jeremy. The Willet is just so hard to find at this point that I would save that, even though I fucking hate rye.
but like you said, it makes a good one if you're mixing for something for
Right.
somebody.
Yeah. But the Angel's Envy is, and I hate rye. I hate ryes. That Angel Envy is very, very good. It's very, very sweet, which I like.
Yeah.
And the Smoke Wagon, like you said, is just boring.
It
Just-
punches
there's
you in the
just-
face,
Yeah, it's not. It's just.
and not in a
just-
fun way.
Yeah, it's just hot to be hot, and it's just. It doesn't have.
Even at
anything-
100 proof, it's hot.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like it tastes hotter than 100 proof.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just not that good. It's just very, very boring.
But boy, does the Angels Envy do well with a little bit of water to it too. All right, Jimmy Range.
So you guys normally know that the one I enjoy the most, and I think a lot of other people are going to enjoy, and ways to use it and utilize it, is going to be my save. 9 out of 10 times, right? Probably 99 out of 100. This is the exception. Because these two, to me, are so far down the line.
But you being a rye guy, and you say so far down the line, like
Neither one, so they're spicy, they're hot.
And this is coming from somebody who will finish off a Thomas Handy rye just at a whim.
Well, I gave you guys trouble earlier because the bottle we're going to speak to in a little bit, you said it was too hot, and I kind of
I understand
joked
that.
about it.
But,
But with the spiciness in that.
but there's hot for being hot, and then there's hot for actual flavor.
But there was the flavor profile on the Willet and the Smoke Wagon don't go very far. They
That is
die.
a true statement.
When I look at the Angel's Envy, you start out, you get a little bit of caramel on the nose in that. Jeremy called it. You called out molasses. It's like a pancake with syrup on it
I like
when
pancakes.
you finish it. I'm a fat guy. I like pancakes. I can see my fat ass sipping it all the time. So instead of being one I'm saving for everybody, that would be my sipper. Because honestly, I'm not going to mix that.
No.
It tastes too damn good the way it is.
And it's so.
I'm
sweet
not sure
that-
where it would go mixing it.
Yeah, it's so sweet that it would have to be something that on the sweeter side to make it work.
Right. So that's going to be my sip, sink, save. And I can't tell you the last time all three of us
No
were aligned.
kidding. We were all three. All right, so producer Matt, you just think we're all just tell us why.
I haven't found an Angel Envy that I like yet.
Did you try this
You
one?
haven't found an Angel's Envy that you like.
I did like the Smoke Wagon though.
Okay.
I thought it had a nice after finish.
See, I felt that this was blah. This was
I felt
boring.
like I got punched in the cooks and doubled over, and there was nothing to come up for breath
So,
from.
yeah, you definitely need to try the Angel's Envy. It's really good. And I don't like rye at all.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think
so.
this really threw it up a little bit and mixed it.
Yeah,
To get
100%.
Craig with a rye that, holy shit.
Yeah,
Well-
I would actually own that rye.
Yeah.
The only other rye I own is from up north.
Whiskey Acres.
Yep, Whiskey
Yeah.
Acres.
A Midwestern rye here from the St. Louis area. So, all right. So, we all agree on our sip, sink, and save tonight. What do you guys think? Let us know here in the comments on Facebook or on all of our other platforms that you see us.
So
Remember,
we got a comment from Mike Mignon. I'm going to butcher his last name.
we apologize. Go
I
ahead.
apologize for that. Nothing divisive as Angel's Envy rye.
Yeah, it
And
is.
It's so true. You love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
Because of the
can see
finish.
that. Because
It's not your normal rye.
No,
I
not at
love
all.
rye, but I love that too.
but it is very different. So, all right, guys, let us know what you think. And, of course, give us a follow on YouTube. Leave us a comment. We really need those follows, all of that good stuff. Minion. Got
Apologies.
it. Sorry.
Thank you for correcting me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that again, of course, brought to you, of course, by Brad Carey at Unrivaled Realty. Check them out at unrivaledrealty.com for all of your buying and selling needs in St. Louis for your real estate. Really all of Missouri. He just does it all. The man that does everything. Does Nemesis. He and Marlene do a great job with that.
That was a good damn show.
That was a good,
That was
damn
a good show.
That was a good show.
I mean, if the production would have been a little bit better, but the show itself was great.
Explains a lot about our production.
I
too.
mean, there we go. All right. Moving on, though, to the world of
The
our
abuse.
segment, Is It Worth It? Where tonight we pick a bottle that either is hard to find, could be a limited release, could be a yearly release. It could be something that is next to nothing, as we did Proper 12 last time. But this one, we are bringing out the Booker's 2024 first release. Jim, take us through kind of what Booker's is and why we settled upon this 124.5 proof, good Lord, bottle of bourbon.
Booker's has a couple of releases throughout the year that it's different profiles, different recipes that they come up with.
They picked one for this one.
And it's out of the Jim Beam family.
Yep.
Freddie No does it. He picks them. He's also got a little book, which I think 80%, 90% of the time, those nail it.
Okay.
He tries to show respect to his father, who used to be master distiller before him. But It's just a couple releases throughout the year that they come out with. They label them. There's usually a name with it. And yes, this one is the Springfield batch. So every batch has its own name associated with it. So usually higher proof.
So this bottle came in this year at, I want to say it was 75, 80 bucks.
Yep.
And I was able to get 2 of them at retail.
And that's unlikely. Normally, you're going to spend 110 to 120.
Yeah.
At a store that has it. Very few stores where you get in and get it at retail.
I was very lucky that I had an acquaintance who was on a local military base who they got them and they sell them at retail, flat retail price.
They can't.
So So
So
I
they
was
can't bump it.
Yeah, so I was only able to get 2 of them because of that.
And no
but
tax.
and yeah, well, there's that too. But all right,
So I
Craig,
get one too.
you have had it.
No.
No, I mean, you tasted.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no.
No, just out of the box.
No, out of the box. I don't fucking like it. It's too hot. Even with ice, it's too hot. It just doesn't taste good. It's so hot that you can't enjoy it.
Okay. There is a lot going on at 124 proof, but we're gonna continue, please.
And I'm not paying $75 for something I can't enjoy. Like, you know.
Get it 100%.
Very
just-
fair statement.
You know, I could take that money and buy something else.
Completely.
Or nothing. I'll shut up.
Jim Range.
To me, it's one that's hot to be hot. The flavor profile, I did not pick up a lot
I'll
more
shut
on
up.
it.
I don't get myself in trouble.
That's why I kept talking right over you. I got your back.
You knew
brother.
where I was going.
Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, so Jim, it's hot. You like hot. Because that was the biggest
But
complaint
there's
we all
nothing
had.
else with it, though. I mean, there's no other flavor with it.
See,
It's just
I don't think that.
I didn't pick up anything else. To me, when it got from the nose to the palate to the finish, nothing changed.
It's very true. I didn't mind it. So, to finish up though, yay or nay, $75. Just to say that you had it, or
I don't.
and I don't buy into that. I'm all about if you're not going to drink it, it's not worth it.
I don't buy something just to have it. Oh no, I shouldn't lie. There are some Parker's Heritages that I would have just to have them.
Aren't you married?
God. Okay.
Woo!
Next,
All right.
please.
No, but I mean
Yes.
there are a few that I would just because I would love to have the entire Parker's Heritage collection.
Okay.
So I'd be stupid and do that.
Okay.
But that's an entirely different segment that we could spend hours talking about.
True.
To buy at this level, no. Able to taste it first, which
Excuse me.
that's the benefit is 9 out of 10 times we don't get to taste it
Right.
first. So I probably would have gone and bought it, which I did. It's behind me now because Jeremy, when he said he got 2, one of them's mine.
Right. So. But yeah, I'm with you.
But having tasted it, I would not go out of my way to find it.
Yeah, after having the taste of it, I don't think that this one is great. We do have other Booker's releases. This is
Craig, give me a
a
glass.
2001.
This is a 2021 batch 2.
Glass of what?
This is the tag along batch. Your empty glass.
Why? I don't want that shit.
It's different, dude. Oh, you tasted it already.
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah, I've tasted that already.
All right, Jimmy, talk me through this one. Because it is very, very
It's very different. And what else is it?
It's hotter.
Hotter.
Well,
But
it's a higher
Yeah,
proof,
that-
but
that-
it's not hotter.
No,
higher
it
proof.
tasted. Yeah, because that's the one we just had a few minutes ago. It's a higher proof.
But it's
But
not as hot.
It's
It
not-
doesn't
yeah, I
just
don't-
hit
I don't
you to
get
hit
it.
you.
And so that's my whole thing with this bottle. It's really inconsistent. If you want to get technical about it,
Well,
I mean,
you're not wrong. But the thing is that it's because there's different recipes every time.
yeah,
But
That's why everyone has a batch that's got a name associated. They're all
Okay.
different.
that's fair, and that's fair.
It's not like
But-
Makers which we all know.
the thing
Most
is
consistent out
this
there.
is almost medicinal.
Yeah.
But it's better than this year's release. So.
But
I
it
don't-
doesn't have a nasty taste.
No,
it
it
doesn't have a taste when you hit it. It's like I could drop a cube in here.
But
and
it's-
I didn't. But I bet if I dropped an ice cube in here right now,
It's
it's
very
going to open up
medicinal and
enough, and it's going
astringent.
to be good.
Has that lost some because of the air?
I don't think so.
No.
No, not even a 2001 because the seal's good.
It's 21. It's still sealed
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And there's nothing to it like funky because they will get a little funky foamy to them, and they're not. So, And you don't get that old. So you remember when we opened the Jim Beam decanter series of how funky
Yes.
that had that taste? There's no oxidation taste to this at all. It's just different. But it is. It's very medicinal. It's very astringent. So, me personally, I wouldn't have bought it if I tasted it first, but I bought it because of what it is, and that's nothing wrong, especially at the price we got it for.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
If it's a price point, it's worth it. I look at it like this: if you're,
I'm not rich like you guys.
but no,
a
$50
$75 bottle
to
is not
$80,
you know, it's
60
not
to
a
80,
thing.
it's worth the gamble.
Yeah.
Because that can be mixed and used with something.
Oh yeah, I think it could be mixed and make
It's
a
an
decent
expensive
drink.
mixer,
I think it
but
make a
it
decent
can be
old
done.
fashioned.
Yeah.
I think this one would make a better old fashioned than this one.
I mean, we got the shit here, don't we?
I could make that happen.
I mean, just
You know.
saying.
So,
I've
but
got till midnight, so.
all right, well there we go.
That's right, you're drinking here all night because you got to go to the airport to pick Ryder up.
There you go.
I forgot about that.
There we go.
You
Okay,
didn't tell Stacy either.
this will be a good night for you guys. Let us know, guys, what you think, though. Have you had the new Bookers? Have you had any of the Bookers in your collection? Let us know on our Instagram at MMA Bourbon Society, where we talk about and show pictures and all the cool stuff like that. So, all right, we are moving into the world of combat sports. And, of course, our combat sports section is brought to you by YoRoy Athletic Tape, the best athletic tape in the business. Check them out at YoRoyUSA.com for all of your needs. Hand wraps, hockey sticks.
Swabs. We're starting to expand our portfolio. This next year, be a watch out. We got more stuff coming. Scissors, inswells, stuff like that. We're working on getting procured for our website. So we'll have something soon, or more soon, I should say. T-shirts. Those are being made right now.
Fine enough.
But yeah, so we got more stuff coming. So that's exciting.
Excellent. So check them out at YoRoyUSA.com. All right, into the world of combat sports. Alex Pereira, the UFC light heavyweight champ.
YoRoyTape.com.
YoRoyTape.com.
Yeah.
It's not YoRoy USA?
Yeah. Well, there's on our Shopify, it's USA, and then
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where I got YoRoyTape.com.
yeah, because there's
Thank you very much.
YoRoy Europe, West Europe, and
Oh
then
goodness.
and
Well,
then
look at you being Mr. Worldwide over
Yeah.
here like Pitbull.
Canada.
You got a stadium in after you yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, let's get that Pitbull money
I
going.
bet you if I have $20, I can get the dome downtown. They need money. I heard them bitching the other day.
All right. Moving into the world of combat sports, Alex Pereira is going to defend his title yet again here in 2024, which will be like 4 times now. Number one, what's going on with the UFC that we have to have one dude who is handling all of the fights
Oh,
now?
Cowboy Cerrone retired, so Pereira's taking over.
Gotta have somebody.
But there
Am I
has,
wrong, Craig?
out of a
Connor's
200
not fighting, so
out of a 200 and something athlete roster, why is it always him?
who else? Well, I mean, because he's not gotten hurt like everybody else, probably. You know, think about it. Stipe's out now.
Well, that's not confirmed yet.
Oh, it's not confirmed yet. Okay.
So,
well,
but we'll get into that one in a minute.
But I mean,
So, are you,
and it boils down to the dude's a fucking gangster and just wants to fight. He don't care.
well, I mean, that is true.
That was my comparison.
He is a
on that.
gangster,
Yeah,
I will
he's
give
not
you
going
that.
back down from anybody.
No, he don't give a shit. He just wants to fight.
He'll fight every quarter
And
if
then
he can.
and everybody's saying that this is a bad matchup for him and with Khalil Roundtree, and I'm like, I don't know.
With what he did to Yuri Prohaska and multiple others, I don't see who beats him.
Has he faced the power
I
of
mean,
the
Khalil
Roundtree,
could
though?
probably beat him. I'm not saying he couldn't.
Well,
I mean, but it also took Adesanya, how many times to beat him?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
3 fights before we finally beat him?
so Craig, are we going to try this with the Bookers?
Yeah, why is that?
Let's do it.
But you're right, he's
You
constantly
want
fighting, which
Rangers
is
cherries?
not a
That
bad
was
thing. I
nice
mean,
punch to it.
Yep.
whatever.
one of mine?
Do you, buddy?
He also wants to go to 185.
Well, now that was my next one. Is he wants to go to 185 and fight for the title there? So
And he already held that title at one point, didn't he? Yeah.
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 And then there was talk that he was like, well, maybe I want to go to heavyweight and fight John Jones.
I mean,
Does there come a point in time where you get the Alex Pereira fatigue?
No.
Okay, so all right, producer
can
Matt,
get
you
that.
say no.
He's got that right hand of doom. People love heavyweight knockouts.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched a UFC in so long.
You want the other one?
The last UFC I watched was on ESPN Plus. So and that was the St. Louis card.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
watched the UFC because I'm not paying $85 to watch it.
Well, we've talked about that on the show before. That $85 has become
can't do it.
asinine. And
Well, we called it out between each other the other day in a text message.
yeah, it's
We were talking about it.
silly for that amount of money.
Yeah.
So I got the last UFC pay-per-view, and not only was it mid-grade at best, it was so screwy with the broadcast. ESPN Plus is the worst flipping platform
Yeah,
for
that's pretty good.
anything. Is that pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it tasted pretty decent.
ESPN Plus, yeah, and that's the thing with it. That's why I quit. One of the reasons I quit watching some of the fights on there is because every goddamn time I turn around, it's buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffering.
And you're
Buffering.
like,
I'm
okay, is it my internet? And I'm
Right.
like, it's
I
not.
blame my internet automatically.
I got
really
the highest
do.
internet I can get.
Right. I
And
do
it still
too.
buffers.
And then you go to Twitter and you start looking, and everybody's complaining.
Everybody's bitching
So-
about it constantly. Yeah, or that or it just drops.
Yes.
It'll just drop and you're like, oh, glad I didn't want to watch that fight.
So does it? So I tried to call ESPN because ESPN has a support line, and number one, of course, you get India, which makes for a hell of a time to try to deal with. But they cut me off at midnight because at midnight Eastern time. So there was still the main event to go, and I'm talking to them and like, well, at midnight we cut this off, and I'm still going like, okay, so what do we do? Yada yada yada, and literally mid sentence it shut off.
Oh, I'd have been pissed.
I was livid.
I'd have called my credit card company and told them not to pay that bill.
I mean that may be in the process, but it was just I couldn't believe that if we're gonna watch Alex Pereira fight 4 times in a year, can we at least get the stream right?
Yeah.
They
Because they got more money than anybody to do it. If they can't get it right, nobody can.
I understand. I don't
It's
understand.
Disney.
But you can go watch a fucking YouTube show. Get on Bellator and watch a Bellator on YouTube. No fucking problem.
Right.
Watch our show. There
Yeah.
is literally
Yeah.
nothing wrong with this stream whatsoever. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but they don't have 20 million viewers
Right.
watching
We
it
don't
either.
have.
But
yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. The once it's to YouTube, it's to YouTube. It's
It
the
should
same.
be.
You know, it reminds me of back in the old days of like Invicta 2, whenever they were doing their own things.
Even
Yeah.
you can stream that. You can stream all this other shit live, like Netflix. The Tom Brady
the Tom Brady roast.
was probably one of the biggest Netflix,
Well,
and it was live.
And
That
didn't
was
have
live and flawless.
Didn't have a problem.
no, and now of course we're going to see Jake Paul and Mike Tyson on Netflix. So
Okay.
what does the UFC What does the UFC have to do because of this? You know, it's so bad that you just see people nonstop
So I'm going to
complaining
throw a
about it.
rhetorical at you.
All right, hit it.
Do they really give a shit with everybody that just signs up and they keep going and they're so big? Have they reached the point that they're so big that they don't freaking care? You see it in corporate America all the time.
But
You really do.
They've got to care at some point because they're.
Nobody's near them, no in size.
I understand that, but you've got to care at some point about the product you put out and the way you put it out, because at some point people are going to get fucking tired of it. People like me that are not going to fucking keep paying this price to watch a goddamn fight when I can catch the highlights in 20 minutes.
Right.
Instantaneously, you can watch the knockout on
Right.
Twitter as soon as it's done.
And
so.
I'm going to throw this out there right now because
Hey,
I'm
John
watching
Duver.
the channel who's in. John Duver, I want to bring you in to talk quality control if you're up for it, sir. Because I know how big you are into that from start to finish with what you do. I would love to have you on here to talk
I don't know if
because
we
you
wanna do
tie
that.
in directly into what we're doing now.
I don't know if I want to do that.
So,
Craig hates geeks, so
but all right.
I don't know. We went down a rabbit hole with this, but yeah, it's just the same old bullshit. Like,
but it is.
it just gets old. You spend your hard-earned money
100%.
on a product, and then that product turns out to be shit, and then they cut you off, and it's like, wait, I just gave you $85 of my fucking hard-earned money to watch this show, and
Right.
this is what you do to me, or
That-
this is what I get, my end product. The end product of this is bullshit.
Yeah, 100%.
You know.
It's getting very old that we're having the same card with the same people all the time.
The best
it
part-
reminds me of a regional MMA show.
The bad thing is the last the last card
Yep, I said it. Anyway,
the last card I watched was St. Louis,
okay.
and I had loved it. But we had what, three
Yeah, we had three people.
three people from St. Louis on that show. So I mean, I don't really watch MMA if I don't know somebody
I
that's
get
on
you.
it
I
anymore.
get you.
I mean, I just work it so much, and I'm around it so much. I'd rather watch hockey or race motorcycles. I mean, I'm just that person.
That's fair. All right,
I'm
moving
trying to
on.
figure out how to get the Blues this year.
I mean, okay. But we went down a rabbit hole that wasn't, but it's absolutely 100% way it should have been. So what it all comes down to, though, is Alex Pereira fights too much. I give him credit. He steps up, but I'm tired of seeing it.
Dude's a
You know, for a
gangster.
champion to have
What's
to
that?
fight that much?
Hopefully he has a good agent.
I hope to God he makes a ton
that's
of
where I was
money.
going, because you got. I can see Cerrone fighting that much. He's a jerk. I mean, he's a great fighter. He's a Hall of Famer.
But he was a
But
journeyman.
He was a journeyman, yes. Pereira is a champion who is fighting 3-4 times a year. Why? What does he need that he's other than the drive to? I constantly want to fight, and that may be it.
No, it has to be the
But if there's
paychecks.
more than if it's a paychecks than that, then there's a bigger issue going on.
Because he's getting pay-per-view points. He's getting,
Oh, yeah.
And you know that they've got to, when they call him to save the Conor McGregor card because there's no Conor McGregor,
Right.
you know he's got to go, well, let's have a little bit of this. And
And I'm sure he's getting paid well. I mean, he's a fucking champion. Like, he's been a 2-division champion already.
And-
And he's been in the UFC, what, 2 years?
he's talking about going again.
Right. I mean,
So,
whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. I hope he's getting a lot of money. And
yeah,
let's
100%.
go for it. Like, I mean,
But he fights like he's on a regional promotion.
Yes. Fighting that much.
Right.
Anybody
That's what I'm saying.
anybody who fights 4 times a year is like fighting on a regional.
but
So,
some champions want to fight that much to stay that active.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
lot.
That's where
What-
it's torn.
I understand it's
What's driving it? is
But
what
I,
wanna
but I
know.
understand that's a lot.
Get him on the show.
But that guy,
I'll see if I could get him.
Get an interview, dude.
I think I still have the back end entrance.
Get an
Let's see
interview and
stuff.
let's figure it
but
out.
what I'm saying is, he probably, one, needs the money. And making money never hurts. Do you
No,
really
making
want-
money never hurts.
Do you really want to be a champion and only fight 1 or 2 times a year? And think about the ring rust and all this and all that. Because you know damn good well if you're fighting one of the champion or fighting to hold your belt, that person's probably fought 3 or 4 times that year
Yeah.
That's fair.
to get to that
Okay.
position.
I'll give you that one. Okay. I'll
You
give
know,
you that
I
one.
mean,
All right.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Speaking of champions, Francis Ngannou and Renan Ferreira in PFL, the heavyweights. Have you seen what this Renan Ferreira looks like? He is a gigantic friggin'. He's bigger than Anthony Joshua was.
Yeah, but Ngannou ain't fucking small.
No, but he looks smaller comparative.
Well,
I mean, it was really interesting to see the face-off with Jimmy Range's favorite boxer, Jake Paul. He was there in the middle of them.
Why do I get pulled into this shit all the time?
Because you love Jake Paul.
because you fucking love Jake Paul.
You love Jake Paul.
like literally want to gobble his cock.
Love Jake Paul.
Cut the balls. Cut the balls.
There goes our PG.
All right. Anyway, no.
Fuck, I ended 5 minutes
Okay,
into the
but
show.
here's the thing. With this fight, this is PFL's champ in Ferreira taking on Francis Ngannou, who was the UFC champ, never relinquished, yada, yada, yada. What does this do for PFL as far as the name recognition? Because Ngannou has been with him now, signed. This is his first fight. He's done his boxing. What does this do for PFL? Does it raise them even more now?
He's already signed. I don't think this fight does anything. I think the outcome of the fight may have an impact.
Just depends. I mean, it depends. I think it's on pay-per-view.
Yes.
So they're gonna dip their toe into that and see how much money they can make off a pay-per-view to see him fight this guy, and then the return of Chris Cyborg.
Yes.
Chris hasn't fought in a while. I expect nothing but knockouts from her.
Yeah,
because
monster.
that's just how she is.
Right.
But I'm not going to buy the pay-per-view. I mean, I hate saying that.
Well, that's my question. Who else is on the pay-per-view that's going to make you want to buy it?
I don't know. I don't know if they've released anybody yet.
I'd buy it for those two. You
Think
can
so?
You can all come over to my house.
Okay.
I'll buy it. That's fine.
I mean, I'm good with it if you want to buy it.
Yeah.
You have
I
a
get it.
decent bar?
I mean, I'll throw the
When
pappy
is
on
that
the
fight?
table if you want to play that game. That fight goes down on October 19th.
Okay.
So, now, as we jump into the world of boxing, which is Mr. Jim Range's favorite thing, one of the greatest to ever do the game was in a fight. Mr. Floyd Mayweather takes on John Gotti III, who is the son of famed crime boss John Gotti. They fought until the end. It literally went the distance.
Imagine that. A Floyd Mayweather fight going the distance.
But in this fight, something has happened. And Jim, I want to know if you have ever heard, seen, or thought that this would ever happen. Mid-fight, there was a referee change because Floyd Mayweather was upset that they kept calling for hitting Gotti in the back of the head.
Wardrobe change.
And then some.
I would go with a wardrobe change over a referee change. He literally looked at the guy, goes like this, and
He pushed him.
He
No, he
pushed
literally
him
touched.
out.
He pushed him.
Yes.
Where was this at?
I have no idea. I don't remember where this was.
I just saw a video this week for the first time. I'd never heard about it.
Oh, this is the second time these guys have fought. Apparently there was beef. Yeah, Gotti, they called the last fight because Gotti was holding him too much and trash talking.
Talking shit.
So they just called it off.
Okay.
Mid thing.
It
So
was in Mexico.
was it Mexico?
Are they fighting
well,
again soon or something? Or is this just coming out
This
now?
was
no,
the
this
second.
is just now. This is the second one. So they just did this past weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm confused because you were saying 2023.
No,
So 2023 they fought to
Yeah.
a draw. Then this time they had a referee.
Oh, so they
change.
changed the referee. Oh, okay. This is this fight this past
Yeah.
This
weekend.
fight, they changed midstream.
Okay.
They changed
All right.
referees midstream.
And they're in Mexico?
Yeah.
So the one you know it wasn't a sanctioned fight.
Well, of course it wasn't. It was an exhibition.
There were no judges.
There
Yeah.
were no judges, nothing like that. Floyd didn't like what he had going on. And I'm just going to say this right now. If Bob Barton was on this show,
Oh boy.
bless his fucking soul,
God damn it. I'm
his
just trying to
comment
say.
would be, May never, who cares?
Yeah, but
Fine.
he was a Red Wings fan.
So I can live with being a Red Wings fan.
I'm just kidding.
The ultimate, though, was with Barton.
I know.
The
He
Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
He hated
Bob
Mayweather.
walked in with a Pacquiao. He had a
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man little chip on
Yep.
with a dollar bill in its mouth, walking in to watch the fights that night. Bob hated Mayweather.
Yes.
And this is the reason why right
May
here,
never.
guys.
May never.
May never
never.
is what he, called.
Yep.
he called him.
Called him
May
May never.
So this is why, and this is a perfect example.
And Nick Ritter's in watching. He actually ran into Mayweather today in Vegas and said the man is so small he couldn't believe it. So, hi, Nick.
Also, another shout out in the comments to Fallen Brothers Whiskey Company. Check them out at fallenbrotherscraftedspirits.com. Apparently, they've got a new release coming out, so go check them out.
Yeah,
fallenbrotherscraftedspirits.com.
They are doing a release. $9. I think it was $9.11. All goes to Backstoppers.
Awesome.
Every bottle. So, and they're looking for pre-orders. So let's. We're definitely
Yeah.
gonna have to order some.
Absolutely.
We'll throw this site out on.
Yeah, we'll
our
throw that
page.
out on all of our social media, so we'll get that out there for you guys.
125 proof.
Oh boy.
Hot damn.
But
I got wood and Craig cried.
I will buy. No, I'm gonna buy it because it supports Backstoppers.
Of
and
course.
But
it's
you're
the
still
only-
going to cry when you taste
Oh, I'm still
it.
gonna fucking cry, yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm
fine.
gonna buy it because it's for Backstoppers,
Right.
and we do here at the show. Three of us we've all worked.
We've all
for
worked.
Yeah,
Guns
we've
and
all-
Hoses.
Guns N' Hoses.
I'm still there. Jeremy's still there.
Yep.
We do a lot of work with Guns and Hoses here in St. Louis.
He had to call me out, didn't he?
That's fine.
I forgot. You've shouted a few times, but
But anyway, check them out. They're fallenbrotherscraftedspirits.com, Fallen Brothers Whiskey Company. Doing great work out there. All right. So number one, we had a ref change, and that's amazing. But this week, a photo of one heavyweight champion, John Jones, has surfaced. And producer Matt, if you could show this photo for me while they're on.
Yeah, can we see it, please? I have not seen it.
It's
Matt's putting up a
yeah, there's
thing of the
cool.
a picture of the bottle,
Oh, nice.
and we'll put that on.
Look at
our
us
social-
doing stuff. That's
Yeah.
great. That's like real stuff there. All right, now the picture of John Jones, though. So this picture of John Jones, he looks like your uncle who used to box, who wants to give you pointers at the barbecue.
Gotta keep your hands up.
You got to keep your hands up. So the big rumor is at the moment, Jim alluded to it earlier, is that Stipe Miocic has been hurt. Craig, you were talking about it also, that Stipe has apparently the potential has been hurt.
At this point, I really don't want to see that fight. Stipe hasn't fought in how many years now?
Exactly.
I mean,
Don't
get me wrong. I'm
45 years old
I'm
now.
a huge Stipe fan.
I am too.
I drove all the way to Cleveland for my first ever UFC fight to see him live when he fought in Ngannou the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I want to see him come back and fight John Jones? Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because I think he has a chance of beating John. No, because I think his time has come and gone. I think Tom Aspinall deserves his shot.
Oh,
that guy is fucking killing people,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I got the last pay-per-view with him, and he is dangerous. He is.
John Jones is so fucking good.
He is.
That's the
But
problem, dude.
We haven't seen him in how long? How long is it, Matt? How long has it been since John Jones fought?
He just fought recently, didn't? Like
No.
within a year.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, the 12-6 is legal now.
Well, that should. Yeah,
They're
that,
trying to change that and get that overturned, so he'll be perfect.
but they can't because the rule was in.
I
It
know.
was the
It's a
rule.
joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's a
But
fucking
yeah.
joke. Calm down.
But well, no, because actually that's been brought up that they.
Oh,
want
has
that
it really?
return.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
for
was
real.
just talking shit.
Yeah. So, Tom Aspinall, I would be the one to say it. I think Tom Aspinall beats John Jones. I think he has got the skills to
The
do
first person to legitimately
it,
beat
to
him.
legitimately beat John Jones.
I mean, that's fair.
March 23, he's guillotine Cyril Gane.
Okay, so he hasn't fought in over a year now.
Yeah.
A year and a half
Yeah.
almost.
Almost a year
A
and a
year
half.
and a half it is. It's March.
So,
Oh God, Adam Sell's watching.
well, we're going to bring Adam Sella on the show at some point in
fuck,
time and
not
get him his
him.
first drink. So,
But he shows up late all the time.
well, that's how he does it. But yeah, so.
It's like he's the main event.
Tell
He's
him
just
to be
going
here
to show
at
up when
So-
he needs to.
So I
We'll
do
tell
know,
him to be here at 6.
no, hang on. You do know that Adam Sella beat John Jones.
Yes.
So in theory, Adam Sella at the time was the light heavyweight champ because he tapped him out on the Ultimate Fighter. They did show it, but
Adam
he got him in
says
a
submitted
guillotine.
and on camera.
Oh, he did. Okay, yeah. So
Bet you jerk off to that, don't you?
Adam Sella.
I
was-
would if I did it.
I mean, for real. But yeah, he was on season 17 of
I
Tough.
don't remember.
He was on Team John Jones.
Just remember what
Tapped him out in
happened. I'm
training.
gonna Shut up.
So
I'm gonna shut up. Adam's my friend.
absolutely, it's okay. He
He was
doesn't.
my-
He doesn't remember it
I know.
anyway.
It was the fucking wrong place, right time. That no matter who was in that spot, it's going to wind up the same.
Oh yeah. No, he would fuck with me about it. So.
If you don't know who Adam Sella is, just Google his name. It'll show you. We love him to death. He's a great guy.
Easy as comment.
Yeah. So, all right. Oh, all right. With that though, I'm lost now. All right, for my final one,
No
Adam
Google.
says no Google.
I'm framing that.
You should frame that, and then you should bring up
Oh
that
God.
fight.
That
put it
needs to
on-
be put up on his next event.
on a loop.
That
No,
I'm
don't
kidding.
do that to the
I'm
poor
kidding, I'm
man.
kidding.
no,
I
I'm
love
talking
Adam.
about the conversation
Oh.
here.
But all right, and finally this evening we are going back to Jimmy Range's favorite boxer in Jake Paul, of course. Jake Paul this week reached out to one Tommy Fury's now ex-fiance and offered her a job. He said that apparently you're the smart one since you ran away from Tommy. Why don't you come work this Netflix deal with me since he didn't want to and was afraid to come back? So with that, was that the right thing to do? Because they have a 1-year-old kid together.
Who cares?
Fair.
I'm not going to throw analogies out
No,
right
I
now
mean, I don't-
that may have happened or may not have happened locally.
I don't know what the hell
I
happened.
get it, but yeah.
I don't know what happened to their relationship or what the ins and outs of their personal relationship is. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
But if she's gonna go make money, go make that fucking money, girl.
But
Fair.
dude, Jake Paul, he's a smack talker. Tommy Fury's a smack talker. They're both professional
Well, how about they
fighters
fight? Oh, that's
in
right,
the
they already
sense of
did.
it. Tommy beat him. So
But
Jake
did-
won should back off a little bit because he got his ass beat by Tommy. But
It
at
was,
the same
it
time,
was a split decision.
It was a boring
Tommy
fucking
fucking
fight.
dominated that fight though. Split decision, but
Really?
Hey,
But
Jose's in
you
too.
got
Hi, Jose.
honestly, Jake Paul, can you blame him for being a little smack talk?
I
you
mean, of
wouldn't do
course
the
he's
same
going to be
thing.
smack talking.
Well, you
so.
wouldn't. Craig, you would.
I know what you're talking about. I don't smack talk.
Nobody. Not at all.
Never talk smack.
Okay.
I speak the truth.
One more time, though. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson,
Oh my God, are we still fucking doing this?
because it's still going.
Mike Tyson.
Jim Range.
It's not going to happen with Tyson if it does.
Okay.
I hope to God Mike Tyson and him fight, and Mike fucking kills him.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Mike Tyson or Jake Paul, who wins it? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here for our 61st episode. Of course, you can check out all of our back episodes on Spotify. Please go follow us out there, or on YouTube at our MMA Bourbon Society channel out there. Please subscribe to that one for us. Leave us all the comments you want out there. We will answer every one of them. If you have a drink choice, let me know on Twitter, and I will make it happen just like that.
We're doing next.
I'm going to throw
next show.
kudos out to Fallen Brothers Whiskey Company again. Thanks for hopping on.
Yep.
And
We actually need to bring them on soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
To get their mission out with their bottle and their
Absolutely.
and everything. So we'll try to get in touch with him. He works at the
we'll
firehouse.
work with Greg, so
Yeah,
we'll
perfect.
get through.
Yeah, well, he works
We'll
at the
pull
firehouse
the
with Greg.
connections.
So
We will make that happen, absolutely so.
make that happen, and then we're gonna do a couple other things I think
Yeah.
coming up.
May
Got,
have a guest or two
Bellator-
coming up.
Bellator in 2 weeks.
Bellator coming up.
Jackson McVeigh gonna come on soon.
I
Who
think
else we got?
I literally think Adam Sells.
Adam Sella,
So
that's
it's supposed
fine.
to come on.
I mean,
Your
I
local
guess.
ex-retired local fighters are going to
I
come
guess
on.
we gotta have Arion on again soon because
He likes to talk.
he likes to talk.
He's into scotch now.
Oh, he's
Oh,
in
he's
the scotch.
in the
Oh
scotch.
God,
Here we
no.
go.
But I'm just
Okay,
going to say,
hang
I'm
on.
most excited about O'Connor and Helm coming on together.
That will be a crazy one. So, all right, ladies and
Bringing
gentlemen.
O'Connor and Helm on at the same
Together,
time.
yes.
Oh,
fuck, I'm
boy.
going
Well, they're
home.
neighbors, so they got to drive together.
Well, one of them's got to
Someone's
be
got
that
to be
B&D.
sober to drive
Yeah.
home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you much for joining us again here on our
Can you imagine
61st
being O'Connor's
episode.
fucking neighbor.
No. And we'll see you next time right here on the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society.
See you
Cheers,
guys.
everybody.